You're welcome.
Here we go, we got camera.
We're good.
You didn't see anything.
It's so bright. I'm like, what? I know, I'm very surprised, honestly.
We got Sam. We got Sam right there. For the rest of, yeah. And we got. You turn one on, leave one on, I think we'll leave one on. Yeah. They just put this up there, yeah. We got Sam. We got Sam right there.
Check. I don't know if this is working or not. I don't really know how to work this little guy. I'm confused what you just said. What? So that doesn't mean it's down. That means it's up.
WXIs.
Yes.
Yeah, we're still setting up.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna try this little.
We don't have, had no phone now. So we need to get back to, his station. Yeah, he probably got a lot of you this shit, yeah. Then we get shit
Oh, I was excited to use this little fuzzy guy.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Or do you want it on?
If we could put it on him, if we could put it on his collar, it has a little clip-on thing.
Okay, let me see.
All right, so we're good. Right? Okay, cool. Thanks. Bye.
We just leave it on the podium.
Yes, sir.
That's fine.
Are y'all folks ready?
Just a second, give it one minute. Are y'all ready? good? All right, is everybody good?
Yes. Lights shifting for a second while we get them walking in.
We'll move just a little bit. Okay, is everyone ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm Sheriff Sam Page of the Rockingham County Sheriff's Office. I appreciate you all coming out for our local and area media. Currently have a news release, and we're conducting our news conference to elaborate a little bit more on our occurrence from yesterday. Recently, a deputy from our agency was charged with a sexual assault involving an inmate in our custody and care occurring at a local hospital. The incident has prompted a thorough investigation, and our agency is committed to transparency and accountability throughout the process. As details emerge, we recognize the seriousness of this matter and affirm our dedication to justice and integrity and transparency to the citizens of Rockingham County. Upon learning of the allegations of a sexual assault involving a female inmate and a deputy at a local hospital occurring in the early morning hours on Tuesday, 11/11/2025, the following actions were taken. On 11/11/2025, a sheriff's office supervisor was notified around 7:30 a.m., and the sheriff's office command staff and myself were notified. The deputy involved in the complaint was immediately suspended pending the investigation. On 11/11/2025 at 5 p.m., Deputy Christopher Garrison was terminated from employment with the Rockingham County Sheriff's Office. Deputy Garrison was arrested and charged by the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation. There has been contact with the Rockingham County District Attorney in regards to this investigation, and this investigation is still ongoing according to the North Carolina SBI. The Sheriff's Office initiated an internal affairs investigation Tuesday. I immediately requested the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation to be contacted for investigation purposes. This agency is cooperating fully with the North Carolina SBI, law enforcement agency, to ensure an impartial and comprehensive investigation. The female inmate victim's safety and well-being is paramount, and she has been transported to another local area medical facility for any follow-up care needed. The Rockingham County Sheriff's Office has issued a public statement to our local news services and required local notifications have been made on Tuesday, 11/11/2025, outlining the steps that have been taken by the Rockingham County Sheriff's Office and reaffirming its commitment to transparency. Every member of our agency takes an oath of office pledging to uphold the law, to protect the rights of all individuals, and maintain the highest ethical standards. This oath is not merely a formality. It reflects our core values of honesty, integrity, and services to the community. It guides our actions and decisions, especially in times of crisis. The oath binds us to act responsibly, to treat every person with dignity and respect, and hold ourselves accountable for our conduct. Violations of this trust, as alleged in the recent incident, are taken with the utmost seriousness and do not represent the standards of our agency. These actions of one individual has cast a negative shadow, and it's important to recognize that this incident does not define our agency or the many dedicated professionals, the men and women of the Rockingham County Sheriff's Office who serve our community every day. Our staff are committed to upholding the law and maintaining the trust placed in us by the public. Now, we remain steadfast in our mission to protect and serve, continuing to strive and earn and maintain public trust and confidence. Our immediate response to this situation demonstrates our commitment to accountability, transparency, and the values that underpin our oath of office. As the Sheriff of Rockingham County, serving faithfully for the past 27 years, I was totally shocked and appalled by the serious and inexcusable actions by this deputy. Rest assured that we do not and will not tolerate these types of abuse of any inmate in our care and custody and control. And we will hold our employees accountable. I reiterate that I and my command staff and employees hold each member of the Rockingham County Sheriff's Office accountable for their actions as they perform their sworn duties for the citizens of Rockingham County as we are legally bound. All employees have a professional duty to report any employee misconduct that they may have become aware of during the course of these duties, and it was done so. At this time, I'll take any questions, but I want you to remember, some questions I may not be able to answer because it's still an ongoing investigation with the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation.
Has Mr. Garrison been a part of any other incidents while employed with the sheriff's office?
No, ma'am.
How long was he employed?
Christopher Garrison was hired on August 14th of 2021, and he was terminated on 11/11/2025, so a little over 4 years.
Have there been any other situations with this specific inmate that Mr. Garrison has been a part of? Has this been an ongoing investigation, or was this like the first that y'all heard of it and then that investigation started?
This is the first allegation, and we immediately began our investigation as soon as we became aware of the reported incident.
How long had that inmate been in y'all's custody?
Our inmate was brought into our custody on November 5th, 2025, and the inmate was taken to the hospital on November 8th, 2025 for follow-up care.
Have they been released from the hospital?
Ma'am?
Has the victim been released from the hospital?
No, ma'am. The person is in inmate status in custody and has been transported to another area hospital for follow-up care in regards to her issues.
Can you speak to the story that you have a secret bank account the county uncovered this past spring, and you have a criminal defense attorney named Hart Miles defending you in that case? Is that a separate SBI investigation?
I can tell you this, in regards to your question, is we're aware of an inquiry regarding a drink vending machine account at the sheriff's office, which we have maintained at the sheriff's office. We've had this account since I became sheriff, and we have maintained all records and have done things correctly.
Speaking back on this case, I mean, the severity of it must have been high considering it happened yesterday and he was arrested yesterday. So can you speak to any details? Were there any witnesses?
I think I was pretty much stated in my statement that we take this very serious, that we do not tolerate misconduct at the Rockingham County Sheriff's Office. And this is the first incident that has happened involving a custody situation with an inmate, whether it be with a deputy or a detention officer. This is the first incident.
And how is your staffing currently regarding detention officers?
Ma'am?
How is the staffing? Like, are y'all facing staffing shortages still?
Now, as far as detention officers go, I think we're pretty consistent with most sheriff's offices and jails around North Carolina and probably around the country, is there are staffing issues. And that also goes for Department of Corrections too. I understand everybody is running pretty tight, shorthanded. But we're making it work.
What are some ways that, you can just reiterate to the public, to just keep the trust in you all, given that this situation has happened?
Well, I think we have a great reputation as sheriff. I've worked with the sheriff's office for many years, but as sheriff for 27 years, I think each and every one of our deputies have done their job. Their detention officers have done their job and are trying to do their job to the best of their ability, to follow the law and follow as they are trained to do, and follow our policies. The only thing I can say is what I've just released in my statement to let you know that our standards are high. We will not tolerate misconduct, and if a person violates the law, we'll hold them 100% accountable.
Was this officer assigned to watch over the inmate while she was in the hospital?
As other deputies are also, yes ma'am, and detention officers that are sworn also.
How many other officers were assigned to this specific inmate at this specific moment?
I don't have the exact number, but during the time she was in, we do a lot of rotations. I personally have also sat with, because of manpower, have sat with persons that are in detention status in our hospitals to help out.
What was the reason or the crime that the inmate committed to be in you all's
I
custody?
think primarily a probation violation. Yes, ma'am. And it's not uncommon for us because, you know, we have great medical staff here at the Rockingham County Sheriff's Office. And when someone has to go out to an area hospital, of course, we have to have an officer who's sworn to be with that person to make sure for safety and security, not only for the inmate, but also to prevent any chance of someone not sticking around to escape. So if they're in our custody, they're in our custody. But we have duties and responsibilities. This deputy here, he failed his duties and responsibilities. But that doesn't speak for the rest of the members of the Rockingham County Sheriff's Office, our men and women that are professionals in the detention setting and as the deputies.
Obviously, while we have you, we have to ask you other things as well. Of course, there are some ads that are running, and most of us have talked to you and gotten your statement regarding the ads running against you. Do you have any other continued statements that you want to release about what's been happening on TV?
Well, first of all, you're being political now. I'm being professional. I'm the sheriff of Rockingham County. I'm a 43-year veteran of law enforcement. And I'm here today to tell you what has happened and what actions we're taking to protect our citizens, and protect our inmates, anybody we have custody of. There's a lot of accusations. There's a lot of political rhetoric going on, stuff like this. But I'm a professional. I'm the sheriff of Rockingham County, and I'm talking about what has happened here today. I'm not going to get caught up in political conversation and political theater. Any other question?
I guess just, to wrap it up, I mean, you seem pretty moved by this. You said you've been sheriff for 27 years. This is the first time you've seen something like this. I mean, just speak to how this affects you personally.
It hurts. I was shocked. When I got notified about this, I've said, we need to get on this right away. Get the SBI and suspend this person. And we did exactly what we're supposed to do. Everybody acted immediately, and this is what the public expects, and this is what I expect. But I was very shocked. I feel for this young lady. She's in custody. She's an inmate. She shouldn't have to go through this. And this deputy failed his duties, and he failed his oath of office that we all take, and we take it very serious. It's a solemn oath. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. Sheriff Hayes, is there still an ongoing investigation concerning the deaths in the jail, that the 14 deaths in 3 years in your jail? And is there still an ongoing investigation concerning the sexual harassment that was published about a month or so ago by one of your deputies?
Sir, I can't speak to litigation. I'm not going to speak on litigation. You remember in litigation, people can allege a lot of things,
Yes,
but you've got to verify. And that's what I would encourage each and every one of you in the media. You verify before you put information out. But people are making allegations for everything. But I can tell you this, we're doing our duties. We hold our people accountable. And I think you can see just that example you just gave. I held that person accountable.
You did?
That person was removed. That person was charged. And he'll have to answer for his wrongdoings.
And I think what we were leading up to is this is not the first sexual harassment or sexual incident.
Sir, this is two different issues. You're talking about a sexual harassment issue.
Okay.
This is a sexual assault upon an inmate in custody.
Kind of.
First one I've had. No, sir, it's not the same.
All right.
Sexual
Thank you.
harassment.
Thank you for your response.
Sexual harassment is not tolerated either. And I've just stated, I handled that immediately. I suspended the employee. The employee was investigated and charged as she should be.
And I think the other last thing we asked about the 14 dead souls in your jail in the last 3 years.
Well, I'll speak real quick on that. Okay? Anytime there's an in-custody death, it has to be investigated. We call in the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation to see if there's any wrongdoing on our part. Okay? We did our duties. We had it investigated by the State Bureau of Investigations. Now, I don't have a breakdown of which deaths, but some deaths could be related to medical. Some deaths could be related to issues associated with addiction. We've had some suicides. So I've already addressed these issues, but I'll say this, is that what's sad is in hospitals, you have people come to hospitals with medical issues, mental health issues, physical issues, addiction issues. And persons that come into our facilities have the same issues. We have to treat the same patients. We can't turn anybody away. But we try to address those issues with our medical staff and our personnel and make sure they're trained to understand what's going on with that person and try to help that person while they're in our facility. But unfortunately, some people come to hospitals and they have those situations and they die. And sometimes people come to jails and they have medical issues and mental health issues, and they have physical issues, and they die. You don't know when it's gonna happen. We only know what we know. But what we do know, we try to address. I appreciate your question. But today's situation is about an in-custody situation with sexual assault. And when we found out about it, how we responded, and I think we responded properly, to remove this person from the situation, to protect the female inmate, and get her into a safe setting, and to get to the bottom of this. And the SBI is still under investigation with us, so we're waiting for their response, and I appreciate it.
What state is the inmate in?
Ma'am?
What state is the inmate in? Is she physically, mentally, is she okay?
I haven't personally talked to the inmate. I haven't been made aware of any additional problems or anything like that, but she's in a different setting in the local hospital for her protection, safety, and security.
What is her age?
She's 21. She was 21. And the age of the deputy, I think, is 32. Correct? Correct, 32. One last question. Yes, sir, go ahead.
Yeah, I meant to get this out earlier. Sheriff Page, within your jail, we have received some documentation, and we want to ask, there have been a lot of grievances filed by your inmates, and they're not being responded to. And we would just like to understand that reason why.
I will explain to you that all grievances are addressed. We have a process that we follow on grievances. Any grievance comes from the most simple to the most complex. If there's any issues with litigation or anything like that, of course I can't discuss with you, but I can discuss with our county legal, and they help us through those matters and stuff like this. But remember this, that people can make allegations, but it has to be verified, it has to be proven, and anybody can sue you for anything, and we understand that. And we're in a very risk and liability, high liability profession. But that's not gonna deter us from doing our jobs. We worry about liability. We worry about risk. But at the end of the day, our job is to protect and serve our citizens, and that's paramount for us. Keeping in mind those liabilities and risks, we accept that. But remember this, when you put something out there public, make sure you verify it. And don't listen to allegations. Look at verified information. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you getting the message out to the public. And I appreciate the public's continued trust and support of the Rockingham County Sheriff's Office and the men and women that represent our citizens for safety and security. Thank you.
Thank you.